Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Liz, the Children's Librarian at the Rahway Public Library. Today I'm going to show you how to do our first STEM activity, which is bubble up bottles. So if you received a bag at the library, I'm going to show you what's inside. And if you didn't get a bag because supplies were limited, you can also follow along and I'll show you what you need. So first of all, in your bag, you got instructions, and you can follow along with me on these instructions. You also got some oil, vegetable oil, and you got a little baggie with food coloring inside. And then you also got these things, Alka-seltzer tabs. Okay, so that's what you got in your bag. Let's see what you need from home. You will need some water, a funnel, that's your funnel, some measuring cups, and a clear bottle. You can use glass or plastic to do this experiment in. All right, so today we're going to be making a bubble up bottle. What is that? We're going to put water and oil into this bottle and see what happens. And then we're going to add Alka-seltzer tablets and see if it bubbles up. It's going to look a lot like a lava lamp, if you know what that is, where in the lamp there's all these little bubbles and globs and they move around. So that's what we're going to be making. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our bottle. I'm going to move the screen down so you can follow along with what I'm doing. And here we go. Okay, so you're going to take your bottle, unscrew the top. I'm going to move this back so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, all right, so then you're going to put your funnel on top of the bottle. This is really important because when we're pouring things into the bottle, we want to make sure that we don't get a mess, make a mess. And the funnel will help with that, okay? All right, so the first step is that you're gonna fill your container, and I'm following along the directions, and you can do that as well. So you're gonna fill your container with 2 parts of oil and 1 part of water, leaving a little room at the top of the container for some bubbling. Okay, so if you are using a 16 ounce bottle, you can do 1 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of water. So that's what I'm going to do with this bottle. I'm going to do 1 cup of oil and then 1/2 cup of water. Okay, so let's open our oil. All right, and what did we say? So I have 2 measuring cups here. I have a 1/2 cup and I have a cup. You might have other measuring cups, but this is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to fill it with oil right on to the top. Can you see that? It's got the oil. And then I'm going to very carefully pour the oil in the funnel, and it'll go down into the bottle. And I want to do this really carefully because I don't want to spill. Oh, oh, there it goes. Now you don't want to put it all in at once because your funnel might not be big enough to hold it all at once. So we're gonna slowly pour. And there we go. Okay, that was not so bad. Could have been worse. All right. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so then what did we say? We did a cup of oil and 1/2 cup of water. So I'm gonna bring my water over. And then I'm going to take my 1/2 cup measuring cup and pour in. Oh, you know what? We don't need the oil. We're going to move it. So we're going to pour this in. 1/2 cup of water to the top. All right, and then pour it into the funnel. Remember, you don't want to do it all at once because the funnel is smaller than what we've got here, okay? So carefully, carefully, carefully. Ooh. All right. So, is anything happening in our bottle? Anything? Yeah. What's happening? What is happening there? Do we see bubbles? I see bubbles. Now it looks like there's some separation happening. The separation happens because we put oil and water together, and one of those things is heavier than the other one, which is why there's some separation. Okay, so the oil and water don't actually combine, they start to separate, and we can see that happening. Okay, so we have this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some food coloring, and I did get a little bit of oil, so I'm gonna clean it up. But we're gonna do a little food coloring. We don't need our funnel. We can put our funnel away. And you know, so at home you might have a 16-ounce bottle. My bottle here is 20 ounces. So it looks to me like I can actually add more oil and water. What do you think? Should I add more? Or should I just let it ride? See, that's separating. Isn't that cool? All right. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to go back to my funnel. Back to my funnel to add more. Okay, so again, I'm going to pour and do another cup and another half cup. Okay, so slowly pour. Ooh. Oil, slow to get in there. Okay, and then I've just got enough room for a half cup. Okay. And I do still want to leave a little room at the top for the bubbling action. And I have just enough room, okay? So, but it depends on your bottle. You might not be able to do that. You might have a smaller bottle. So, we can see again that it's separating. I'm going to take my funnel and put it down here. All right, so look at that. Do you see? So we see the water and then we see the oil. So it's separating. All right, so let's see what the next step is. We're going to add 3 to 5 drops of food coloring. All right, if you might be using one from home, or you might be using one that you got in your kit. I'm using what we got in our kit, which was yellow. So my bottle is already kind of yellow from the oil. So that'll be nice. Let's see, I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops. Oh, oh, look at that. It just went in. Okay. So we've got the drops. But the drops just went down in the oil. They didn't really. I'm going to put my top on and I'm just going to lightly kind of shake it around and see if that breaks up. No, the oil has those little globs of food coloring trapped and they don't even look yellow. That's interesting. Kind of cool though. Well, since this is an experiment, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when we put the Alka-seltzer in. What do we think's gonna happen? Call out some stuff. Let's see. Oh, look. See? It's getting orange. So what do we think when the Alka-seltzer is going to happen? So the Alka-seltzer, this is something grown-ups take if they have an upset stomach. But we're going to use it in our science experiment because of the what's inside of it. So this is going to react with the water to make bubbles. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to break the Alka-seltzer into a few pieces. I'm just going to break it like that before I open it. So open it. And I've got some pieces. Take out a big piece. All right. So I'm going to put it in. Let's see what happens. What do we think is going to happen? Anything? Nothing? Look at those bubbles. Do you see them? Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness. What is happening? So you can watch the bubbles going up. It's making this really cool effect where you see the bubbles go up and hit the top and kind of come back down. Can you see? I hope everybody can see mine. And at home, you're doing the same. So cool, right? Now, when the bubbling stops, you can add in another piece. And because of there's 2 pieces of the Alka-seltzer, then you have enough for 2 people to do this. Okay, so when the bubbling stops, you can add another piece. So let's see, I'm gonna add another piece. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. All those bubbles. All those bubbles. Whoa. That is super cool. So we can see that there's bubbles. And then on the top, there's a different liquid than what's on the bottom. So the bottom is the water, the top is the oil. So the Alka-seltzer is going down to the water and then coming back up and fizzing up. So water, we can see here that the water, because it's down here, it's actually heavier and more dense than the oil that's up here, and that's why it separates. Okay. And what happened when we put the Alka-seltzer in? I'm going to do it again. I have another little piece in here. What happened when we put the Alka-seltzer tablet in? Who can tell me? Well, you call it out at home. Or you can call me and tell me. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Whoa. Whoa. Can you see that? Can you see that? That's so cool. Whoa. It's pretty cool. You can watch it for a while, right? So when the Alka-seltzer was added, it sank to the bottom. The tablet sank to the bottom, it reacted with the water, and then it made the bubbles and the fizz. And that's it reacting with the water, and it's making carbon dioxide bubbles. And so because the water and the bubbles are less dense than the oil, we can see them going to the top. Okay, so this is all about density. And then at the top, the bubbles pop and escape into the air, and then the water will sink back down. Okay, it's all very scientific. We are learning a lot. All right, so I'm just gonna do it one more time so you can see. I'm gonna put in a big piece of the Alka-seltzer, a big piece. And I want you to watch and see exactly where it goes. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. See, it sunk all the way to the bottom. I can even hear. If you hear it, you can hear it fizzing and making those carbon dioxide bubbles. So you see, how cool is that? Okay. So we're going to let that go for a while. I'm going to put the top on. Okay. So now when your fizzing stops, which will happen when your fizzing stops, what you can do is slowly move your bottle back and forth and see what happens. Okay, so again, there's the water going down and the oil going to the top. And you can see how, as we're doing it, there's some globs that are being created between the water and the oil. You can see those big globs. We can sort of slowly move back and forth to see the globs and what's moving. You can kind of see the little globbies. All right, so now when you have this done, if you want to, you can take this container with the top on to a dark room and then shine a flashlight under the bottom, and it'll really look like a lava lamp. All right, so I hope that you had a good time watching this video. We'd like to thank the 4-H of Union County for providing us with these kits. We'll have more in the new year. Thank you so much.